Today I'm going to show you guys how to make these adorable flower scrunchies, or as I like to call them, bun holders. They're not going to wrap around like more than once, so I don't know if scrunchie is really like the right term. I would definitely use these in conjunction with already having a hair tie in your hair and then putting it on, so that way you can like see the decoration. If you fold it more than once, it's not going to really work. But yeah, call them whatever you want. But I'm going to show you how to make these cute little guys, perfect for spring and summer. I'll show you how to make an adult size one and a kid size one because I do have two separate size hair ties. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you guys need. These are the hair ties that I had ordered on Amazon. I was making stuff in bulk for a craft fair. So I did buy some like adult size ones. These are just these black ones. These are going to be just like a little bit bigger. These are what I used in this size here. And then I bought these multicolored kid size ones, and obviously these are going to be a little bit smaller. I do have a lot of yarn colors that match up like perfectly with what these hair ties look like, so I do like to match the hair tie to the yarn if possible, so that way when it stretches, if you can see between the yarn, you can't see like a different color scrunchie, so that works out super well. And then I think for these, I used a 4mm crochet hook, but I can't find it right now. Crochet girl problems. So I'm going to use a 4.25. But yeah, it really doesn't matter. You can still accomplish the project either way. You're going to need a little sewing needle, and then I'm just going to use this just chenille yarn from the dollar store. I also do have some thicker plush yarn from Premier that I've used, and that works too. Okay, so to start this project, I'm going to go ahead and do a slip knot. I'm going to take my hair tie and put my hook through my hair tie, pop my slip knot on my hook, and then go ahead and hold that loose end and the hair tie and pull your hook here. So that way we can go ahead, yarn over and attach your yarn. You're going to go ahead and chain 1. That does not count as a stitch. And then we're going to chain 30 single crochets all the way around. I like to crochet over my loose end, so that way it's one less end that I have to weave in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go all the way to 30. I'll meet you there. All right, once you've got 30 stitches on here, we're going to go ahead and you're going to slip stitch right onto the very top of the first stitch from that first row here. And that's going to be the first stitch of the pattern. Okay, so we have a slip stitch, then we're going to do a single. We're going to do a half double crochet in the next, 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So we're going to put our second one right into that same stitch. We're going to do a half double and then a single, and then that forms our first petal. So then we're going to start over. So now I'm going to work into the next and do a slip stitch. So then that's going to create like the tightest spot that creates the most definition between your flowers. So then we're going to go from there and do our single crochet, a half double in the next, 2 doubles into the next stitch, 1 and 2, half double into the next stitch, and a single into the next. And then that is the end of our second petal, ending on that single crochet. So now we're going to start the third and do the same thing. So we're going to make 3 more petals. So you're just going to repeat that pattern of starting with the slip stitch and ending with the single crochet until we get all the way back to the start. Okay, so now we've worked all the way to the beginning, ending in that single crochet. So now I'm gonna go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch here. We're gonna start our second round to define the petals a little bit more. So I've got a slip stitch here. I'm gonna do a single crochet, another single crochet, then we're gonna do 3 half double crochets into the top in between the V from where we put the 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna go ahead and single crochet, single crochet, and then we're going to end with a slip stitch here. All right, I'm going to slip stitch into the next, do a single crochet in each of the next 2, 3 half double crochets in the top, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next, single crochet in the next. I'm going to end with a slip stitch and then repeat. So we're going to do another slip stitch, a single, single, 3 half doubles, a single, a single, and a slip stitch. Got 2 more petals to finish. I'll just work them with you. So we're going to do another slip stitch, single, single, 3 half doubles in the top, single, single, slip stitch, starting the next petal, slip stitch, single, single, 3 in the top, or sorry, 3 half doubles in the top, 1, 2, 3, almost done. We've got single, single, and then we can go ahead and just end with a slip stitch, and then you can go ahead and cut a little bit of a tail, pull this through. All right, now you're gonna weave on your sewing needle here, and we're gonna finish up defining these petals. So you're gonna go ahead and right below here, we're gonna start creating that definition. So I'm gonna go through, push this needle through to the back, pull all of this through, and then cinch it. And then go ahead and wrap around once more and go through to the back and create that space between our petals. So now we have to get this over to here. So you're just gonna scoot this over between the stitches and sew this over to the side. And then it doesn't matter if you end up starting this from coming through the back side or having to go to the back side. This ended up working out where I'm starting from the front. So I'm gonna wrap that over, pull my needle back through that center here, cinch it up, and then wrap it again and go over it a second time. And then just repeat that all the way around. All right, I'm at the end. My last petal looks a little on the bigger side compared to this one. So I'm just gonna scoot this slightly over and not like super centered under the dent. Just improvise and make it work for you. So I'm just gonna be from here. I'm gonna start wrapping this just to cinch it a little closer over to this petal, just to tuck that down a little bit. And then I'm gonna wrap that again. All right, so once you have all 5 of your petals, have some nice definition. This is the front of your flower, so if your yarn is in the front, then just go through one more time. So that way this is in the back. I'm gonna flip that over. Just gonna find a stitch to tie off a knot here and tighten that in. And then you're gonna go ahead and just weave through this loose end as many times or as much as you see fit. I'm just gonna tuck it under all of these stitches right next to the hair tie and probably get close to just kind of working this all the way around, just so I have a bunch of extra slack in here. I think that's probably good. And then just gonna go ahead and cut that off. And there you have it. Have your cute little scrunchy bun holder. Okay, so I'll show this on me really quick. Ignore my wall, I have a very creative 2-year-old. But anyways, so you're not gonna stretch this very much. You're definitely gonna wanna hair tie in for the stabilization of the hairstyle. This is just gonna like rest on top and be decoration. So you're just going to pop this on to your existing style. So cute with 2 buttons. But there we are. And then you just kind of fluff it up so you can see it. And we have a cute little flower. I don't know what it looks like from the back. But yeah, so super cute. And then I have the smaller versions that I made for my daughters, and they look super cute just on like regular ponytails. Look adorable if you have like little space buns and you have a flower on both sides. Oh. So I'll tell you guys the stitch counts and everything for the smaller size too. Okay, for the smaller one, it's going to be the same basic premise, but obviously you can't fit quite as many stitches on this little hair tie, so it's just going to change a little bit. So we're going to make our slip knot, hook through the hair tie, put it through the slip knot, and attach your yarn, chain 1, whoop. And then we're going to go ahead and do 20 around. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so once you have 20 on your hair tie, you're just going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the first. I'm going to do a single in the next, a half double in the next, and a single in the next. And that's going to be the start of your first petal. So then we're going to slip stitch for the start of our second, single, half double, single, slip stitch to the start of the third, single, half double, single, slip stitch for the start of the fourth, single, half double, single, and slip stitch for the start of your final petal, single, half double, and single. And then for your second petal, I know it's a little harder to see because it's not quite as defined, but you can kind of tell where they are. Okay, so for the second row, well, you just ended on a single crochet. So for the second row, we're going to slip stitch into the next, single crochet in the next. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next, and then we're going to start over. So we're going to slip stitch, single crochet in the next, 3 half doubles in the next, single, and start over. So slip stitch, single, 3 doubles, single, start the next, slip, single, 3 doubles, or sorry, 3 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, single, and start your last one, slip, single, 3 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, single, and then we're just going to do a slip stitch to finish this off. Cut your end. All right, now same thing as before. So you're just going to work on putting that definition in between the petals. And then go ahead and work over to the next one. And then keep working that all the way around. All right, now you've got all of your 5 petals nice and defined. And same thing, you're just going to find a stitch to tie off a knot, tighten that nice and good, and then go ahead and just weave in your ends.
But we hide while I was working, so probably weave that in a little bit more here too really quick and then just cut it off.
And there you have it. Now we have our adult size, or I mean, honestly, probably just like older kid to adult, and then younger kid, like toddler, or just anyone that may have finer hair. That works too. So that is the difference in the sizes. All right, I put this mini one in my daughter's hair, and it's just got a cute little ponytail. And so cute, right? And then this is with a bun. I think it's like even cuter with a bun. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys love it as much as we do.